Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live stream by the campfire.
Hi guys, good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
If everyone's noticed, the name of the channel has changed. It is now showing in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. It's now Off Grid and Growing.
Off grid and growing.
This took us months to come up with, as simple as it is,
As
but
simple as it is, it did. I mean, notebook page after notebook page.
after notebook page. Um,
Scribbling ideas.
so the reason for this live stream tonight is uh, something that I'm really sad about. Our friend Alan is going to be pulling out of here. Uh, he's going to be going to be close to his family, his new grandbabies, and what else?
Well, it's pretty ironic, but it's actually where I was headed when I stopped off of my route to go to North Carolina. I stopped off to visit Sean and Jess. In the process of pulling in here, I bent an axle and had to literally limp up here. Well, that's been just a little over a year ago. And the year has been a wonderful adventure living off grid, watching Sean and Jess develop what they're doing here. And but after a year, it's time I continue my adventure. So I'm getting the axle fixed this week, and within the next week or two, I'll be heading to North Carolina to be closer to part of my family there.
And you want to know something? This man moved off grid at 73, right?
Not yet.
Not yet, but close.
Close enough.
Close enough. With very little experience, if any, and this is not an easy lifestyle. Having to manage your resources, your power, the heating that you're going to have, being able to get off this mountain. Like, he did it. Like, this was no easy feat this past year, and
No, because we're just in the beginnings. It's not like this is a fully developed, sustainable property
Right.
by any means.
And we saw some pretty frigid temperatures where me and Alan are out there fighting with a generator, fighting with propane tanks, trying to get heat going, fighting with the solar because it's not working right, trying to get it going. So we had electricity. It's been an adventure, as you would say.
It's
but
definitely not for the weak of heart. Let me
No.
tell you.
No, but you did do this, man, and I'm really proud of you for how you stuck it out.
Yeah.
And
It's just part of the adventure.
exactly. But in all honesty, we wouldn't be where we are right now today in this journey if it wasn't for Alan. He took care of so much behind the scenes that you didn't even know. Like, Alan's how we ate a lot most of the time.
How we had power a lot
We
of
had
the
power a
time.
lot of the time with his solar set up, and just general help. I mean, it's been great and have him here as a friend, and we're really sad to see him go. But I do want to say that no matter where you are, you're always going to be a part of this place and a part of the building of it.
I appreciate that. And I look at this as I'm primarily going to be wintering in North Carolina, and who knows, I may be back up here in the springtime. You never can tell.
You never can tell.
Never
Winters are
can
hard.
tell.
Winters are definitely
Winters are hard.
Winters are hard, and I'm looking forward to just being able to run the electric when I want to and run hot water when I want to. It's gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot water.
Well, so that brings me. So a couple of things I wanted to do to get a little insight into Alan's experience off grid. So I've had a couple questions, and if anybody in the chat has, excuse me, Jess and I are just getting over being sick. But if anybody else has any questions that they want to ask, Jess is watching the chat. Ask them at any time, and we'll fit them in.
I just interject real quick before you get started. And
Okay.
James and Ashley both say congratulations on the new grandbaby, and they're sad to see you go.
Thank you very much. It's like I said, it's I'm not leaving. I'm just going to be going for a while, and this place will always be here and part of
Yes,
me.
it will.
Absolutely. All right. So my first question I had for you
All right.
was, what did you find to be the hardest thing while living off grid to have to deal with? What was the biggest transition that was the hardest for you from when you were coming from the on grid to the off grid?
Missing off grid. Well, when I was on grid, I had unlimited access to all the hot water, running water I wanted, and I would just love the hot showers that Desert Hot Springs had to offer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say that's probably one of the things, that and the arid climate. I kind of missed that. But,
The humidity was a little bit hard to get.
humidity was kind of an adjustment.
See,
Of course.
when we met
True.
Alan, if you don't know, we met him at um, a natural spring RV resort in the deserts of California. So it was a dry temperature with hot mineral spring pools.
Ah,
So yeah, we do miss those a little bit, but
And it definitely would get up to 115, 120 in the summer months, but it was a dry heat.
yeah.
And believe me, there is a difference.
total difference.
So okay, so now that you've been off grid this
Mhm.
past year, is there anything that you picked up while living here that you're going to bring with you as you go back on the grid?
It just always be prepared. I think when you're off grid, you have to make sure you have a backup to your backup, and because believe me, eventually you're going to need the backup to the backup. And,
Do you think
it's-
you'll overindulge in resources, or do you think
That-
you'll manage better? Do you think you'll use less water, or do you think you'll just?
after resource management for a year, I can promise you, even when I go back to visit my kids, I'm conscious of leaving lights on, letting water run too long.
Mhm.
It kind of
Having
gets
the
ingrained in you.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
when
And
Jess is at the shelter when I went down there to visit, and I see them spraying off the thing, I'm just like, oh my god, that's more water than I would use all day.
I know. I know. I try to catch myself at work trying to be conscious of it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it becomes ingrained in you. It's been a way of life for this past year.
yeah, it really has.
Yeah,
James says, and some backups beyond those backups.
Exactly. But it also it prepares you for when it prepares you for being without stuff for a while. And
yeah, that's one thing we did get used to. There was many days actually, especially during the winter when you were here, that we couldn't get off the mountain. The road was so bad and slushy, and it was raining and snowing for days with no sun. We had no electric, no way to get off, and we needed things at some of those times, and we learned how to do without the power, the sometimes food.
Yeah.
yeah,
We're finding like other ways to like create those things, like using the car, using a generator if we had to.
Yeah, we found ways of something that, and some of them weren't exactly the most cost effective,
Right.
but we did what we had to do to get through, and as we keep growing, it's going to get better and better. Our resource
Of course.
management and the amount of resources we're able to store will continue to get better.
right.
Yes. Glenn is here. Glenn says hello.
Hello,
Hello,
Glenn.
Glenn.
Greg says, best of luck, Alan. Be safe.
Thank you, Greg. Will do.
Tommy and Sherry said they didn't recognize the channel name, but they're catching up now, and they're sorry to see you go, Alan. Yeah, we changed the name of our channel, something more suited towards our actual goals and direction that we want to take this place and this channel
Yeah,
and ourselves.
it just when we first started and we came up with the name Little House Off the Gritty, it was kind of more of a, oh, that sounds cute. But this name actually speaks to who we are and what the mission of the channel is.
Yeah. I mean, it took us a year to kind of formulate and figure out what that was going to be, but that's all right.
And we're still finding our way.
Of course.
So this journey is not just about off grid.
Glenn wants to know if you'll make him one more of your dinners before you go, Alan.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was holding him to that one.
Absolutely.
He wasn't getting away from that. and really with Alan going to North Carolina, things here are going to drastically change, even just for us. You know, at the power source that we're going to have to get our panel set up. Um, we're going to have to make time for cooking food ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, on the days that, you know, and we do cook, but at the same time, having Alan there supplementing days was really helpful, especially if we were working. It allowed us to continue to work and film while
Yeah,
knowing
definitely
that
freed
we'd
us
have some,
up.
yeah. So a lot of things are going to have to change, and a lot of responsibility is going to need to be stepped up on our part. So we can expect some pretty big changes in the channel.
Yeah, definitely. And yes, James, changing our merch will be one of the things that we were going to do. So
Yeah, absolutely.
we will do a whole new release of that at some point. Not too far away, but prepping for winters.
Is
All that matters right now.
yes, the weather is getting cold. It's like quick. Summer just checked out at the very end of its shift, and winter was like picking up
Next.
fall's extra hours because it's cold.
It is cold. We've had nights in the 30s already, like the high 30s, but still.
Well,
the
we're gonna have a night 34 degrees on Monday.
Ugh, I'm
Yeah.
in 2 long sleeves in case anybody noticed.
But
Oh yeah. Glenn says the man is an amazing cook.
no, we've been very grateful for it. So tell us a little bit. What are your plans for when you do? What's next on the Allen adventure?
Well, spend time with my kids. Got a son-in-law in the construction business, and gonna help him out when I can. And I've got grandkids I want to spend some time with, and
You gonna be doing some gigs around?
I'll be doing a little bit of the music end of it. So see what that has to bring.
That's one thing. When we met Alan, he was always performing, singing with his guitar at different locations in California. Around here, those opportunities are a little bit less available.
And a lot further away.
And a lot further away. So
yeah.
him going to North Carolina also opens up a lot of opportunities for him to get some gigs at like bars and restaurants and places like that.
Yeah.
So
any place wants to hear an old man sing.
Hey, I've enjoyed it many a night, my friend. Get this fire. But we are happy that this is the very first fire of the season.
Yeah, so welcome. You are all joining us for our first fire of the season.
I didn't even think of it like that. So how cool.
And that stack of wood did not last that long, did it?
No, it didn't, that little pile of wood.
No. One thing we did right is I downed a lot of trees last year that I let just sit and dry out, and we've got one thing we're going to be able to do is have firewood from our own property.
That's it. This year we're supplying all our own firewood.
Yep.
Which is probably good.
Minus a little bit that we hadn't gotten, but very tiny bit. But for the majority, we're cutting it up.
But we didn't buy any.
Right.
Not buying none. No way. Not this year.
How many people we have in here?
12. It keeps floating between 10 and 15. Now we're at 14.
Okay. Has anybody got anything?
Checking in.
Yeah, we will be releasing a video next Sunday. With this whole new name change comes a whole new style on our channel. I think with the way we're filming. I like it. I think it's going to turn out really nice, and we really hope to see you all there next Sunday.
Yeah, be there. It'll be worth it.
I got another question for you, Alan.
All right, shoot.
What would be your best advice for somebody after experiencing this the past year? What would be your best advice for someone who is just moving off grid or thinking about moving off grid in the early stages? In your opinion?
In the early stages, I'd ease into it gradually, I think.
Don't just go right away. Go test it out first.
Test it out. Take it a little bites at a time.
Build up your resources.
Resources.
Yeah.
And monitor how the seasons are going to, how you're going to be affected by the seasons, what you need to prepare for,
How the weather affects the
how
land.
the weather affects the land.
Yeah.
Ease into it gradually, but it's a truly enjoyable experience.
It really is.
It really is, and
Peaceful.
it's very peaceful. And the more you learn how to manage your own resources, the more independent you become to feel, and that's a pretty good feeling to know that you're in a position where you can help others and not be the one that's really needing the help. So
Right.
it's a good spot to be in.
I agree.
I definitely agree. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
It's what we're not completely there, but we are definitely
But you're
steps
working to get
ahead.
there.
But we're steps ahead than a lot of people.
Yep.
You know, in preparedness and being able to take care of ourselves in the event of something. You know.
Yeah.
If
Like
food
if the grid shuts down.
if the grid shuts down, right?
Right.
I hope
Or
not.
if we get snowed in.
Which we know will happen. This road is impassable sometimes when it snows.
Mid-10 preppers here.
I
Finally
remember
made a
us
live stream.
trying to take a shortcut
You
through
doing?
that snow.
What's
Remember-
that?
I remember we tried to take a shortcut through that snow.
Okay, really, this is going to be funny. So, quick story time of something that happened with me and Alan.
And I have pictures.
Okay, we were trying to get out of here. We needed things from the store. It snowed really hard. We tried getting out, and it took us about a half hour to go about 2 miles and slipping and sliding. And I'm like, I know a shortcut. Well, we take this shortcut, and half the road's missing to this ravine. We like get past that. I'm like, oh God, almost the road's gone. And then we start going up a slight grade in the hill going up, but it was covered in ice. So we got halfway up and then started sliding backwards with no ability to stop, heading right for that ravine at the bottom of this hill. With oh my God, I'm telling Alan to jump.
You were. Get up.
And we're just going, but neither of us made it out of the car, and luckily only the butt end of the car ended over the ravine, and thankfully a neighbor was able to bring his backhoe and drive down and up to pull us out. But that was the time that me and Alan almost died off grid.
And we will never go back that shortcut again, even in good weather.
Yeah,
No.
no. Well, the road's even further gone from what I heard. So
Tommy and Sherry says, sounds like we need a Jeep.
yes.
I want 100% a Jeep.
Jeep, or at least a
Jeep.
truck, a 4x4. That'll be something we'll be looking to into the future when the time is able.
Ashley says, good advice on the Jeep. I'm trying to push this into the fire a little bit. There we go. Do you want me to go get a couple more pieces of wood?
No, that's good.
Okay.
All right. How long have we been on for?
20.
Oh man. I mean, you know what?
Sometimes you can just get lost in a fire. I love that.
Always, everyone.
so
I just
warm.
sit there and stare. That's what I'm trying not to do, so I don't forget that we're on a live stream right now. Just
Good
like,
to know.
y'all are enjoying this with us. Just watch. Nothing- yeah. Oh man.
Hey, that car's done us pretty good so far. Like, I can't believe
Oh, our air ride shocks still work.
they do. The air ride shocks, you still hear them turning on and deflating.
Leveling you
slipping.
out.
Yeah.
They work great. I have nothing bad to say about that car.
They don't build them like that anymore.
No.
No.
Oh man. Oh, buddy.
Off Grid Rooster is here. He says, sorry, I'm late.
It's all right. We're just kind of hanging out by the fire, talking with Alan.
Glenn wants to know if you're going to be around on Monday, Alan.
That's tomorrow.
He'll be around.
I will be around.
Oh, there's Nellie back there
You,
taking a lap.
yeah. Well, Alan, it's been really great having you here.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. We've had some great experiences, and I know our paths will cross again.
Absolutely.
So,
Oh, of course. Yeah. You can be camping next time you come.
I can do that.
Currently 83 in Texas.
83.
That fire's making them sweat.
Who's that?
Tommy and Sherry.
Oh my. We.
It was only 58 degrees today. That was our maximum temperature today. We maxed out at 58. It was cold. I've been in this jacket all day.
And just so you know, we have absolutely no heat source at nighttime right now. We are like until the dome comes here in a few weeks.
That's it.
We don't have a wood stove in that cabin. We have no insulation in there. So
Getting up for work in the morning's been cold. It's been cold.
yeah, but we only have a couple weeks left for the dome.
We're gonna try and tough it out. We do have propane heat ultimately if we do need to bust it out, but we're trying to not have to. Oh, Cooking Princess asked how the building of the yurt is coming.
Well, so the geodesic dome is, we put it when our neighbor who's helping us build the platform for the dome, they had a family emergency that they had to take care of. We were watching their property for them. So everything there got kind of put on hold for the past couple of weeks. We just did get word on the date of arrival for our dome, which was only a few weeks away, 3 weeks away. So we have this amount of time, 3 weeks, to get the platform built and everything prepared and ready for winter that we need.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. The next few episodes are going to be a race against the clock,
and the weather.
So definitely check it out because we have no choice. We have to get this all up. This is our only option. So
that's it. Yeah, we don't have any other option.
We don't
even have an idea or a backup to put heat into the
cabin. Nope. So yeah, it should be intense.
We better not end up intense.
That was funny. Good one, babe.
You just stepped all over a great joke.
I know.
That's all right.
Anyway. What's that?
We got here, it says, Off-Grid Rooster says, as soon as I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to do a live video. It's 87 in Katy, Texas. Going to my off-grid land this week to start his journey. Glenn said intense, LOL.
Well, good luck on your journey. Who was that? Off-Grid Rooster?
Off-Grid Rooster, yeah.
Well, good luck.
Deranged Masters told us it's 82 in Dort, California.
All right, y'all just trying to make us jealous here.
Yeah, we're thinking a lot of people. That's what Tommy and Sherry said too, Off-Grid Rooster, that they almost didn't click it because they didn't realize that the channel name changed. We did change our channel. It's kind of like been announced. We will announce it officially next week, but we had already made the change. So
right.
Yes, we are going to start going by Off-Grid and growing. It fits us better. We really like it. It speaks more about us and our plan and goals.
What does everybody in the chat think? Have they been saying? What does everyone think of this name?
We have Mid-Ted Prepper also saying that they spent 2 years learning the skills that they needed. It says you got to have a plan and you got to have it in your heart. They only regret they didn't do it sooner. Glenn loves the name, but he's got to go and he'll see us tomorrow.
All right, Glenn. See you later.
See you, Glenn.
You know, one thing I was told that by someone, and it's the truest statement. When you're first moving off grid, you got to have the ability to be able to lower your standard of living, you know, and there's certain amenities you're got to be willing to go without. If you have it in like the heart to be able to deal with a lot of the weather, all the things that come with living off grid, you can make this as long as you're willing to go with a little bit of a lower standard at first.
Yeah.
Until you're able to build up what you need and what you want for
Yeah,
your
it's
life
all about the sacrifices that you're willing to make.
in the beginning for the payoff at the end.
Right. Everybody likes the name. They like the new title better. They like the new name. The name is good. Tony V says, love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, Tony. All right. Well, guys,
It's getting a little dark.
it's getting a little dark and it's getting colder by the second. So I want to let Alan go in, but I wanted to give everyone the opportunity live to be able to say your goodbyes and your until next times, and to
Wish him well on his travel.
yeah, exactly. And
want to thank everybody, and it's I will continue to keep an eye on these guys regardless of where I am. I'm looking forward to it.
oh, we better see your name in that chat
You
room.
will. I can promise.
Okay, hold him to that. If we don't see him in that chat room, call him out.
Where's Alan? Alan!
Alan.
Alan!
All right. Listen, I almost got a prairie dog. Someone was going to give us a prairie dog, and she said no.
No, we're not doing a prairie dog. We
But I
can't. We
coulda
don't
did
even
that.
have heat.
I know, but I could have been like, then Ellen.
Alan.
I got the prairie dog. It's Pumpkin.
Yeah, right. All right.
Hippocrates Garden's here too, real quick. You want to just say hi? He's up in Arkansas.
Oh, how you doing, Dave? How you doing, buddy?
They say safe journey to you, Alan.
Thanks, everybody.
They say hurry back, you'll be missed.
I know. All right, everyone. Make sure you tune in next Sunday for a regular episode. We are going to have a lot in this one and the next few, so stay tuned. Big things happening.
All right, guys. We love you.
Remember,
Keep
Keep growing.
growing.